Bhajana Buddhararita Pada Yugam Yuga Dharma Durandara Patravaram Varadabhaya Dayaka Puja Padam Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Pranamami Sara Bhajano Jita Sajana Sangha Patim Patitarika Karunikaika Gatim Gati Vanchita Vancha Katintya Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Atito Malakanchana Tirkatanum Tanu Nindita Hema Minala Madam Marana Buddha Vandita Chandra Padam Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Padam Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Padam Nija Sevaka Karaka Ranji Virung Virutahita Hum Krita Singha Varam Varanagata Balesha Shanda Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Vipuli Krita Vaibhava Gora Bhuvam Bhuvaneshu Vikirtita Gora Dayam Dayaniya Ganapita Gora Padam Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Padam Pranamami Sara Chira Gora Janashaya Vishwa Gurum Guru Gora Kishora Kadasya Param Paramatrita Bhakti Vinoda Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Raghurupa Sanatana Kirti Darang Dharani Tala Kirtita Jiva Kavim Kaviraja Narottama Sakya Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Vaya Hari Kirtana Murti Darindharani Bharahara Kabora Janam Vaya Hari Kirtana Murti Janakarika Vasala Snigdha Parang Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Sharanagata Kinkara Kalpatarum Tarujikrita Dhira Varanya Varam Varadendra Ganachita Divya Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Parahamsa Varang Paramata Patim Patito Dharane Krita Veshayatim Jati Raja Ganai Parisevya Parang Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Padam Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Padam Pranamami Sara Vrishabhanu Sutadayitanu Charang Charana Shritarenu Dharastamaham Mahārāj Bhuta Pavana Shakti Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Param Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada And we can also happily sing Premadama Deva Stotram. They sing every evening in Navadip also. Our beautiful temple. This is our temple in Navadip. Navadip, West Bengal. With palm trees, all kinds of trees, mango trees.
Our home.
And monkeys.
That is our home.
Our home, home of the heart.
I lost my glasses twice in the other stuff. To the monkeys.
Oh, yeah. But did you lose them, or did you get them back?
Bribing.
With a little bribery. But do you know the monkeys were naughty in Krishna's time? And sometimes we think even the naughtiest monkeys were at the place where Krishna's pastimes were most intense. And we think maybe Krishna taught the monkeys, and then they kept that hierarchy. The sampradaya, the naughty monkey sampradaya. May have originated from Krishna, we do not know. Okay, then Pranamami Sara Prabhupada Padam. What? Oh yes, okay, that'll do. Technicalities.
84.
So you're going to be traditional. Okay, yes, Saraswati is being traditional. In Navadip, then this is 70 verses long, but we're not going to sing 70 verses. But in Navadip, they sing 10 verses each day, 7 days in the week. 7 times 10 equals 70. Okay, so in 1 week, they sing all of the songs. All of the song, they start with 1 to 10 on Saturday, then they go through each day. So in Navadip today, now they'll have finished, they'll be fast asleep because it's 7 plus 4, so it's 11:30 p.m. in Navadip just now. So they should be fast asleep in the middle of the night. But they will have sung this exact song today. And Saraswati did his leading, I think. Somebody lead.
Devasita mukta yukta bhakta vrindavanditam
Devasita mukta yukta bhakta vrindavanditam Papatapadavaraha Dagdaruka Kanditam Krishna Nama Siddhama Dhanyadana Sagaram Premadama Devameva Nami Gaura Sundaram Premadama Devameva Nami Gaura Sundaram Swarna Koti Darpanava Teyavarna Gauravam Padma Parijata Ganda Vanditanga Saurabham Koti Kama Murtitangri Ruparasa Rangaram Premadama Devameva Nami Gaura Sundaram Premadama Devameva Nami Gaura Sundaram Premanama Dana Janya Panchatattva Katmakam Ganga Divya Parshadastra Vaibhavavatarakam Shama Gaura Nama Gana Nityamata Nagaram Premadama Devameva Nami Gaura Sundaram Premadama Devameva Nami Gaura Sundaram
Bhakta Sakyadana Vigraham Asha Krishna Namaste Dusancharam
happened to Saraswati's voice?
Yeah. Some problem there.
Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda. Welcome, welcome everybody. Chant and be happy. If we chant, we will be happy. It's not, you must chant, you must be happy. But natural thing, if we chant, we will be happy. And to chant, avoiding the 10 offenses. And the 10 offenses are?
First one, cause offense to the devotees.
Okay.
Second one, to consider the Vedas to be equal to the chanting of the name of Krishna, or the religious, sacrifices.
The second one is Vishnu.
Vishnu.
So to think that the Devas are equivalent to the Supreme Lord. Or to,
Okay, third one is cause offense to the spiritual master.
Yes.
Disobey his orders.
yes.
Fourth offense is to think the shastras are equal, to the name, to chanting the name. The ritualistic Vedas mentioned in the Vedas are equal to the chanting of the holy name.
Well, the fourth one is to make offense against the scriptures,
Against the scripture.
which are glorifying the name and the process. So we must give honor to the scripture. So the Guru, then scripture is 4, then 5.
I think the glories of that holy name are imagination.
Or exaggeration. Exaggeration is 5.
Or the sixth one is imagination.
Hello. Hello.
The sixth one is imagination.
Yes. the
And
thing.
maybe somebody else should do it.
Okay, number 7 is Pandita.
7
7 is
Sin.
Sin. Okay. 8. 8 and
This count now. Piety. Yeah. Piety.
the camera's looking at me. Then only got 2 left, 9 and 10. Chara Shiromani, we should ask. She's busy on the camera. Okay, she's busy with the camera. 9 is
Wish to the faithless?
yes, and 10?
To maintain attachment.
Yes, to maintain undue material attachment despite all the good evidence one has heard from scriptures and the sadhus. Okay, then what happens if you chant the name avoiding all of those offenses? What happens?
You get purified.
You get purified and anything else?
Krishna Prem.
What?
You can chant the name.
You can chant the name, but Krishna will come and sit in your heart, and you will be not only pure and able to chant the name, but you will be very happy. So is this in this songbook, Harinama Mahamantra? No. Oh yes, it is. Page 23. Page 23. So we're not going to sing all the verses, we're going to sing the last verse, because we just went through, in one way or another, verse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because that's listing the 10 offenses to the holy name. And then verse number 10. And actually, one of our inventive devotees could maybe find a tune, but at least in poetry form it works. I mean, as poetry. Casting off these 10 offenses, leaving no exception, those pure souls who chant the name in holy congregation, the miracle of love for Krishna they will surely savor. The name divine himself will shine within their hearts forever. So now we just need a tune to go with it, because it's already in poetry form. Shri Guru Charana Padma, casting off these 10 offenses, leaving no exception. Those pure souls who chant the name in holy congregation, the miracle of love for Krishna they will surely savor. The name divine himself will shine within their hearts forever. Oh, it works. Okay, anyway, in Bengali, E dasha aparada koriya vajana. E dasha aparada koriya vajana. Jena janna kore hari nama sankirtana. Apurva Shri Krishna prema lapyatare hoya. Nama Prabhu tara ride nitya vilasaya. Dasha aparada koriya vajana. Jena janna kore hari nama sankirtana. Apurva Shri Krishna prema lapyatare hoya. Nama Prabhu tara ride nitya vilasaya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Any question from anybody?
Yes, I have.
Yes, good. I'm happy you have a question.
We always have those 10 offenses, and one of them, we're not supposed to be preaching to non-believers. How does it works in practice? I mean, it doesn't in our case. It looks to me. How is this to be applied?
So it's not to. So we should not preach to the faithless.
Yeah,
Somebody who has no faith. If you say something to somebody who has no faith, and you say about the glories of the name of the Lord, etc., then they are very likely to say something very unhappy as a response, because they have no faith. They don't understand anything about the Lord. So it's necessary first to give them some faith. Why they should hear the message about the name of the Lord, why they should hear the message of the Lord. And so there are different ways to do that. And Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, they were all expert at understanding who they're talking to and appropriately explaining to them something to increase their faith or give them some faith, and then tell them about the holy name. but not that the very first thing you're going to say to somebody who doesn't believe in God, has no faith, and just thinks, no, this life is like this. If you immediately say something about the glories of the name, it can clear away more offense, reaction than a person can commit in his life. They're likely to say something which we don't even want to think what they're going to say, which is bad for them, and we have caused them to say something bad, which will be bad for them. So we want to try to give some faith, and there are different ways, but I mean, one thing, what gave us some faith in the beginning, we must try to think that, and that's also an individual thing. What you heard or what you saw, what you experienced, which kind of made you have some faith, that too, if it struck your heart, that's likely to strike somebody else's heart, especially when it's coming from you, because that's something which you have felt, and it's not just, oh, I read it in a book, but it is, we felt it. And I know some things for me was that we'd heard, somewhere we've heard the word Sanskrit, somewhere we've heard the word Veda, but I'd never heard anyone explain about how from thousands of years ago the books have been kept intact, written by the great sages in Sanskrit, which is the basically very advanced language spoken by intelligent people that only a few people today can even learn, have the capacity and the focus to learn properly. And that thousands of years ago they were speaking this language, and we should pay attention what they had to say. And they had to say that actually the body is temporary, life is permanent, and we have our permanent home. And that's where God, the Creator, is at the center instead of on the outside. For me, that was something which struck me, that, oh, somebody knows what is what, and it makes complete sense. So this way, you try to give a little faith, and then you can say something about the name, but just to come out of the blue to somebody.
Okay, so that means you have to make different steps first, and then you can say.
Yes.
Because you're not supposed to wait till, like, you say it about that, okay, 5,000 years ago, this is the language was, this is the saints were talking about, and then it's like, my understanding is like you're supposed to wait till he becomes mature, even if you're not going to see him. But it's like, this is the sound I'm hearing, like, this would be offense to preaching him. So it's kind of, looks to me like...
It all depends what is...
Because devotees normally always preaching whatever they believe or not.
Right, but it depends on every circumstance. But if you're meeting somebody and you're on a train or a bus, I mean, in India somebody always talks to you, that's another thing. Here you sit on the train and nobody says a word, basically. But in India, somebody always talks to you. So, I mean, if you're in a situation where you're meeting somebody for a 45-minute train journey, you may never see them again, so you do want to do good for them as much as possible. So you try to give them faith and tell them about the holy name. Why not? But again, this all comes down to, it's the individual person you're speaking to. And we've been on a train also longer than 45 minutes, like overnight train, and you're with somebody, and they really don't get anything. So just let them be. Let them talk about the football and the cricket and all the other things. But at least not to antagonize or to say things which is going to cause them to make offense this way. So it is a tricky one, and actually it's one of the 10 out of the 10 offenses is one of the ones that we're most asked about. Like, what is that borderline? And the borderline means it's going to vary case by case. And Srila Prabhupada, generally with the Christians and the bishops and the priests who were following Christianity, then his emphasis, and you'll see throughout the preaching, was yes, you say you are Christian, then you follow what Christ gave and emphasizes the point about thou shalt not kill. Basic principle, as long as we are killing animals for our enjoyment, then we are being shielded from higher thought, basically. And so this way it depends on who we're talking to and also who is talking. There are many kinds of preachers or people reachers. Preaching sounds a bit pushy, but reaching out to people. And Srila Prabhupada was quite direct. But rather than chant the glories of the name to somebody who can't even understand not to cause pain to others, it's a little tricky. So he would emphasize that point. Be a good Christian. Do not kill. You don't go and kill your dog when you're hungry and eat him. Don't kill the cow when you're hungry and eat him. And don't pay somebody else to do it either. So some basics, it depends on who they're talking to. Depends on who you're talking to. And then we saw with Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, we were with him a lot, with the public and with the devotees. He was very able to gauge where they're at, as the expression goes. He's well able to gauge what they can receive and what to say to certain people. And to some, simply to be a friend. To be a friend, leave some good impression, and then maybe impression and some direction of, okay, it's an interesting subject matter. And Bhagavad Gita is a good book. Everybody in India reads it. You should read it. I mean, things like this, just one sentence slipped in an amicable, friendly conversation can be very helpful. And somehow, I don't know how I had heard the name Bhagavad Gita, but I didn't, really, I don't know how I'd heard the name Bhagavad Gita. It wasn't in school. They didn't teach anything sensible in school. Well, they taught 2 + 2 is 4, and 4 + 4 is 8. That's a little bit sensible. But they didn't teach anything about there's a purpose to life, a goal of life. You can, how to achieve it. Wake up, sleeping soul, sleeping in the lap of the witch named Maya. Nobody told me this in school.
Jago, jago, jeev, jago, yeah?
Jeev, jago, Gaura Chandra Boli, Gauranga said, wake up, sleeping souls, wake up, sleeping souls. How long are you going to sleep in the lap of the witch named Maya? Mundane illusion. And this songbook has got so many songs, instructional songs, as well as simply glorification of the Lord, glorification of the devotees, the names of the Lord, names of devotees, all sorts of things like that. But got so many instructional things in here. And one of these songs, we were trying to remember which one it is. It's the song where it's saying, and not only is all this trouble coming to me with old age, accidents, disease and death, but it's the amazing thing is coming to every single one of my friends and relatives and the people we know, but no one's making any serious attempt to solve that problem. And which song is it? It's in the songbook. We'll have to read the whole songbook to find it now. But it is, sometimes when we want to find a particular reference, we say, oh, where is it? We don't know. But some of the songs you can say, oh, they're pessimistic, but they're pointing out the reality of the futility of this world. Everything is like a dream. Because it's temporary. A dream is temporary. But when you wake up from a dream, in a mundane sense, and you're coming out of whatever you're dreaming into a real world, you can say. But the scriptures say that our life in the mundane plane is all different levels of dream, because just as you were 10 years old, I was 10 years old. We're playing with the other boys, everything else. Everything seemed real, but that's all gone. The past has gone like a dream has gone. And the future is a dream. Oh, I'll pass my exam, I'll get this job, I'll do this, we'll all live happily ever after. But the future is a dream. It's just like what we would like or what we aim for. But the present is necessary, to give attention to the present time. And when we can have in the present time some good direction for our life, then we should...
I don't have an answer for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then,
Of course you don't.
when we get... Oh yeah, that's a good point. But when we get some direction, any clue of a direction, proper direction, not just somebody's idea is you stand on your head for 3 hours every morning and have a cold bath, there are all kinds of yoga and things which are meant to, make us realize the spirit and all these things. But if we can get some actual direction, not to something hazy, but to something very solid, that we have a future, if we use our life properly, which will be most wonderful, because the living entity, ourselves, we are eternal, but our body, we know, lasts only a few years. And if we have another 30 years left, which nobody can say, even a young person can't say they've got 30 years.
3 of us, we can't count on anything.
Yeah, well, I can't count on 30 years, that's for sure. But if you had 30 years left, then that's only 360 months. That's not very long when you see how quickly the months go by. So the necessity is to try to understand. So then we know we have to leave the body. Where will we go? And what we do in this life does give some direction for our next life, both by our mentality, of what mentality we are developing, and by our karma, what kind of naughty boys and girls we've been, or what kind of good boys and girls we've been. Good karma takes us up to the higher planetary systems, and the bad karma takes us down. And if you don't believe there's another planet out there, which is kind of hard not to believe when you see, well, London, you never see stars really, do you? But go to somewhere with, in the mountains with clear sky, there's so much out there. That helps you think that, oh yes, we hear from the Vedas, from the scripture. There are 14 planetary systems, 7 gradation of better than here, 7 gradation of worse than here. And if we do good things, well, you can be born on this earth as Donald Trump, very wealthy and very influential. Or you could be, if you're very wealthy, if you do good things, maybe it's a bad example. I don't know anything about politics, but I know he's wealthy and I know he's influential. Anyway, but if you do bad things, you can be born, with so many difficulties in this world. And so in this world, we see some good and some bad as a result. But not only in the human species, but the animal species. And animals are just us. They get hungry, they get thirsty, they get tired, they want family life, they want to sleep. They get old just like us. They start from us. The body starts from a seed like us. But karma is to do with the material world. But when we come to learn that there is an eternal world where we actually live and belong, then we come to say, oh, what is that world? Where is it and how to go? And this is really when our good fortune starts to wake up, when we take that kind of inquiry seriously and put into practices the tips that we learn along the way of what we should do to adjust our life in the direction that now we know there is a destination, a proper direction, and we need to take on in our life the tips that we get to make that journey. And we're all going to journey we won't say it, but if suddenly, like in the case of Maharaj Parikshit, he's told, not by the doctor, but he's told very clearly by the those who know, he's got 7 days to live. So he knows, today is Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, so Saturday. So he knows that by, tomorrow, but next Sunday, so the 21st, 22nd of February, he knows, I'm going to die, means I must leave this body. Then Maharaj Parikshit, he knows, after 7 days, I must leave this body. If I was to leave the body today, I'm not so sure I know where I'm going. It's a matter of luck or, hope that it'll be, hoping it's going to be okay. But hoping it's going to be okay is not good enough. When there is direction, animals, they hope it's okay, but they struggle to maintain their body. And we are like the animal too. We also struggle, we're being attacked, we're trying to maintain the body. But Maharaj Parikshit, he knows after 7 days, next Sunday, he won't be in this body. Where will I be? So he called the greatest sages because he was a respected king. And he said, please tell me, what should I do? You are all the experts in spiritual life. Tell me, how should I use these 7 days properly? Now I don't have to worry about rupees or pounds or euros or anything else. Now I need to concentrate to make my destination positive. And this is the origin of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we need to make that inquiry when we have a healthy mind and a healthy body. And even if we think, I don't really have a healthy mind, I don't really have a healthy body, whatever we've got, if that question mark comes up, whatever capacity we've got, we should try to use that capacity to go in the right direction. It's like falling out of an airplane, whatever it is, you parachute out of an airplane and you don't, you're in the middle of an island and whatever you've got, you're going to try to utilize that for maintaining your life. And then if you come across the map on the island that happens to say, there's a buried treasure on this island, do this, do this, do this. Then you're going to, from wherever you are, you're going to find that treasure and go in that direction. So wherever we are, we should look where we are on the map, find out which direction is the treasure and go there.
Can I ask also?
Oh, you're welcome to. We're having a public conversation here. Don't mind our friends.
Because Parikshit Maharaj was protected by Krishna, so automatically he had the mercy of Krishna. So probably I haven't ended the Srimad Bhagavatam, so I don't know about. I heard like he was laughing or happy at the end when the snake bit him when he was to depart. But so basically his mercy was anyway. It's not because he met the Krishna in the womb, but only because of the Srimad Bhagavatam.
No, the Srimad Bhagavatam is a record of his inquiry to the sages. And then the sages, the heads of all the different meditations and yogas and everything, they're there. And they all want to do good for the king, because he was a good king, and they're honest people. But they all have their own department, and one suggests one thing, another thing. And the king said, I know you are all my well-wishers, but what you are saying to me, I cannot do in 7 days what you are saying and what you're saying, which is different. What you're saying is different. You consult among yourselves and tell me the conclusion. And at that time, Shukadev Goswami came along, and they all unanimously said, he is famous to have what we are all searching for. If you listen from him, we also want to listen from him about the goal of life.
How is the time scale? Because Bhagavad Gita was told on the battlefield, so basically they had Bhagavad Gita after he was born. So wouldn't be that enough for him to have all this knowledge?
Well, by circumstance, then we can say that he was in such a position where, yes, he may have that knowledge, but he's also got other books as well. And for us, it's been pointed out that Bhagavad Gita is all you need. But also Srimad Bhagavatam is all you need. Also Chaitanya Charitamrita is also all you need. And so, naturally, the circumstance was that the king, yes, there are so many scriptures which are older than the time of Maharaj Parikshit. There is Purana means ancient. And so the conclusion of all that came through Shukadev Goswami by arrangement of the Lord himself. And Krishna says that the Vedas, they originate from me. I am the origin of the Vedas. Actually, Krishna is the origin of everything, of course. So by Krishna's arrangement, then Shukadev Goswami was sent. And this way, he gave, you can say, what is in Bhagavad Gita in a very short way, was given in an extensive way in Srimad Bhagavatam. You could see it in such a way.
Okay, so, but we in our case, we have extra mercy from Lord Chaitanya.
We do, we pray we do, if we allow ourselves to take it without letting it slip through our fingers.
So, but even if we're not taking properly, still mercy is there, isn't it?
Yes.
Because devotees, we're still trying to be, I don't know, good, nice.
Yes, yes.
To preach. So,
yes.
Can we, I know it's a very naive question, but can we count like our life is already successful?
Your life is successful because you've come to appreciate Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and you just look around. That's a great success in itself, to appreciate these. But to appreciate, then we want to put into practice, not only for knowing something, but for putting into practice. So the tips we get from the scriptures of which we have got appreciation, we are successful, yes, we've got this appreciation, but it is not, okay, that's it, that's the end. Because life is dynamic. In this world is dynamic. You can't just lie in bed all day. And so, we have to be active. And so all of what we are appreciating, our success, is that we've got the guidance of how to use my hours, my minutes, my moments each day.
Yes, but as a devotee, why is that still important, the last minute of your life, if you almost all life, okay, as you mentioned, life is dynamic, yeah, and you cannot always think about Krishna. Sometimes it's maybe even, like I'm working in building site, it can be harmful if I think not about the work, but exactly about the Krishna.
You've got a point.
So, but okay, we're thinking before that, after that, how is that connected and all that. So, why is there still importance on the moment of death? And my question is based on, because I can see quite few devotees living this world in quite heavy conditions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cancer and some other disease. It's like, they're living this body not in the best, I would expect, to having this mercy, you would really like to be happy and, I don't know, to die suddenly somewhere in Harinam or something, you just pop out.
And that also happens. That also happens. And only Krishna knows, for each of us individually, what is in the past and what needs to be just cleared off before we leave from this world. So we leave this world with our account all paid off. And also from another side, it can be so that really the devotee, they've got no taste for this world anymore and really only looking up. There can be any number of reasons, but it's not just we are living all our life waiting for the moment we die. We're going in a direction, and leaving the body, also it is told, you will, when you leave your body, you'll think, oh, again I'm leaving my body. This has happened so many times before. But this time, you'll have the shelter of Guru, of Vaishnavas, and the shelter of those who we are trying to satisfy, the devotees that we're trying to satisfy in this life. And Srila Gurudev, he gives some quite clear description, and Srimad Bhagavatam gives clear description. When you leave your body, what happens? And you're away from your body, all those things that you held dear to you, you can see everything, but you can't have any involvement because it's all matter. And Gurudev says, you may be a king sitting on the branch of the tree with a rickshaw driver, both of you looking at your bodies in the queue for the cremation ground. And yes, the king sitting there and the rickshaw driver sitting there side by side, they're equal. We have lost our bodies, here we are, and where are we going to go? And Gurudev says at that point, we are going to be praying for and wanting good guide, good shelter, good association, because suddenly everything that we had, it's lost. And so where am I going to go? I'm in that plane where I've left my body, and we're going to go somewhere. And we'll pray to have a connection with a higher person, guardian. And if we can establish that in this life, then whether we are alive or whether we are dead, means our body goes. We've already got our spiritual guide and guardian, and we're protected for the ongoing journey. But devotional life isn't just, oh, I'm going to do all this so that when I die, I'm going to go to such and such a place. That may be a carrot at the beginning, maybe like wake up for the beginning, why we should use our life properly. But devotional life is the healthy nature of the living entity. We think, in general, that the healthy nature of the living entity is that they can exploit very nicely, get money out of others as much as possible. And the world is based on that. You're taught this in school. So yes, he's a very intelligent man. He came from nothing and now he's got $10 million and all these things. But that is exploitation. And what we need to learn is the opposite. And that is, what is the opposite of exploitation? Is dedication. And then in our life now, what does a devotee mean? If someone's devoted, it means they're dedicated. But dedicated not just to the cat and the dog and saving the penguins and things like this, but dedicated to the Lord. And when He's at the center, then our journey and wherever we are taken will be different than anybody of this material world. It'll be positive. But on the journey, we will have challenges, like on any journey. The journey of life has challenges. The journey of a journey, to go on a journey, has got challenges. So what challenge Krishna has in store for each of us, yes, it's good to make a little prayer. Please make me be able to tolerate in the proper consciousness everything that comes to me. And throughout the scriptures, and the songbook is also a scripture, it's giving us so much guidance, then we are given guidance and strength to tolerate disease, accidents, old age, death, and happiness. We must tolerate happiness and distress, be equipoised. And there are so many wonderful descriptions of the pure souls who lead their life, and every life is a little different, but their lives of devotion and their journey going onwards. I mean, everything, the journey, it's an eternal journey. It's not that we reach the goal, then we suddenly got a golden bed with, servants with infinite amount of mango juice or something like that. We'll be always a servant of Krishna and through his devotees. So it's not just, it's not a selfish matter. Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he says, chant the name of Krishna, worship Krishna and tell others about Krishna. Distribute good things. Distribute the best thing, which is the medicine for birth and death.
Can you expand on through his devotees? Through his devotees, you said.
Through his devotees. Ah, yes, because Krishna's arrangement is that when somebody wants to come to him, then he gives that sincere seeker the association of those who are already connected with him. So it is not like a dream, oh yes, I'm worshipping God, I'm doing this for God, but who is serving the Lord's established servants, which are very tangible. And this way it's the Lord's arrangement, so that we can come to the Lord, not just me and him, but there happen to be an awful lot of living entities. Even in the garden and us, we are a tiny percentage. The garden's got 100,000 blades of grass and everything else inside there. So when we can come in touch with the devotees of the Lord living in this world, then we're becoming into a tangible position of service to the Lord. So through the devotees, and this is Krishna's arrangement, and Krishna mentions this in Bhagavad Gita, you go to my agents, they can give you all guidance and impart the truth to you. And in this, and Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is saying that I am not identified as a brahmachari, sannyasi, grihastha, I am not identified as a Vaishya, Sudra, a Brahmana, anything, but only my prayer is to be dasanu, 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 servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. This way. And if we think we can serve the Lord like directly, just me and him, then we're still quite far away. Still good. We're going to pray, understand the Lord is there. But we are fortunate if we can come into the contact of the servitor section. Then, just like the king or the queen, they've got all their servitors, then we have our opportunity to do something for the actual pleasure of the Lord, of the king, etc., through helping a good cook who is a good chef for the king. We help the chef. We don't go there and say, oh, I'm going to cook for the king. Well, I don't think they'll let you, first of all. But if you get the chance to go and help the good cook of the king, then very good. And if you can help the helper of the good cook for the king, if you help the helper's helper of the good cook for the king, then we're in the right path that way. Oh, I hear bells. But it's wonderful, and I'm very happy you ask questions, because really, by question and answer, we can get some clarification of things. And I can say that we got super clarification by coming to Guru Maharaj and coming to Gurudev. And I came after Śrīla Prabhupada disappeared. It means passed away. He passed away in 1977. I came in 1980. And we're doing practices, everything, but coming to Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, really so many things were cleared up. And if we can help by reflecting some of their guidance to us. And we've seen from that time, 1982, when we came to Guru Maharaj in India, from then all the way through, we've seen their guidance. And it's not a mechanical guidance, it is personalized tutorship, you can say. And this is Krishna's arrangement. That's why you can say they do leave their body just like that. We heard today, eating a sandwich, got halfway through the sandwich and just died, like a switch being turned off. Today we heard that exactly.
Maharaj, it's Durlabha Manava.
Durlabha Manava, page number?
193.
193. 193. Now we all want to go to Durlabha Manava. Oh yes. Okay, this is a little bit long. Everyone's got good English here. Who's got good English? Pandita, loud and clear with understanding. Please read the translations for Durlabha Manava. We can follow in the reading or we can listen, because she's going to transmit the meaning.
The human form of life is the rarest opportunity for attaining spiritual perfection. But now I am lamenting because I have somehow or other been born with such an opportunity and I wasted it by never worshipping Lord Krishna. Oh, to whom shall I tell the tale of this misery? Having married and entered into the entanglements of materialistic family life, I passed my time in vain. I never got any tangible gain or permanent benefit, only trouble and botheration. What kind of world is this anyway? It seems to be just like a magic lantern show that I saw at a carnival, wherein so many shadows and optical illusions dance magically before my eyes. I feel great attachment and identification with such a world, and thus day after day passes by fruitlessly without any purpose whatsoever. When this body drops dead on the ground, then what will remain mine? At that moment, all of my sons and dearest loved ones will not be able to give me any happiness. I work hard just like an ass every day, and now I am wondering, for whom am I working so hard? I am still surrounded by so many illusions. I waste every day in useless, insignificant work, and I waste every night controlled by sleep. And in every 24 hours, I never for 1 second consider that death is sitting very close by my side. I live a very carefree lifestyle, eating, going out, wearing nice clothes as I please, but I never consider that one day I will have to give up this body. My poor heart is plagued by constant anxieties about the maintenance and daily turmoils created by my body, my house, my wife, my family members, and social obligations. All these anxieties are pinching me and destroying all my intelligence. Alas, alas, what a remorseful situation has arisen. I am absorbed in all this trouble, but I never consider that all these things are temporary and subject to perish very soon. After I am dead and gone, where will all of my material opulences remain? When my body will be thrown in a pit at the cremation grounds, it will simply lie there motionless. Then many crows, vultures, ants, and worms will come and playfully sport there. All the stray dogs and jackals will then become very much delighted, and in great ecstasy they will make a festival ground out of my body, and will have a huge celebration and feast. Just see, this is the ultimate destination of this material body. And the most amazing thing is that all of my material opulences, house, family, and friends have exactly the same destination.
Therefore,
I ask of anyone who has any sharp intelligence, please give up all of these temporary illusions presented by Maya and kindly search after the means to get pure devotion to Lord Krishna, for this is the only really tangible, eternal truth. Jai.
okay. And who wrote this?
Śrīla Bhakti Rañjan Thakur.
All right, so on this note, lots of things for us to think about from today. lots of things, some reality check, but in the positive line. It's not pessimistic. We're in the positive line, so we do something about it, not just close our eyes and turn on the telly. It doesn't work except as an anesthetic. As an anesthetic. Hare Krishna. All right, 8 o'clock. Time for Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. You're always passing to your mom. What about you?
I did yesterday.
Okay, please.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Ram Shri Madhusūdan.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusūdan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Radha Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha.
Jaya Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha.
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Rasa Raghunatha.
Jiva Gopala Bhakta Rasa Raghunatha.
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana.
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana.
Jaha hoite Vigna Nasa Visa Purana.
Jai Vignanath Savita Purana.
Jai Gosai Jara Mohita Radhasa.
Jai Gosai Ramita Radhasa.
Kasavara Pade Renu Mora Panchagrasa.
Saravara Pada Renu Mora Panchagrasa.
Padera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Basa.
Jaya Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanivasa.
Janame Janame Mohi Ehi Abhilasa.
Janame Janame Mohe Abhilasa.
Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilavasa.
Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilavasa.
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakasa.
Radha Krishna Nitya Leela Korila Prakasa.
Anande Bolo Hari Braja Vrindavana.
Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavana. Jai Saprika Shishuru Gauranga Sundar Radha Giridhari Ki Jai. Jai Navadip Saprika Shishuru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar Ki. Śrīla Gurudeva Vishnu Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Mahārāj Ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Guru Mahārāj Om Vishnu Śrīla Bhakti Rañjan Sridhar Dev Goswami Mahārāj Ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Prabhupada Om Vishnu Śrīla A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Om Vishnu Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Rupa Guru Vanga Ki Jai. Jai Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Shri Hari Nama Sankirtan Ki Jai. Jai. We didn't read the book, did we? Jai all the scriptures Ki Jai. Grantara Śrīmad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Jai Charitamrita Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Jai Devi Ki Jai. Gangamayi Ki Jai. Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Purushottam Dham Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rañjan Madhusūdan Mahārāj Ki Jai.